Scorpio, welcome to your current energy check-in. Thank you for joining me here in my intuitive garden today. I do remember your last reading. If you haven't watched it already, please check it out. It was honestly the best reading I've ever seen in my life. So I'm really excited to see what comes through for you today. Remember, this is a general reading, and there's a link in the description box below to my website where you can book a personal one-on-one reading with me. I highly encourage it. It's unique, special, inspiring, healing, all kinds of things. Surprising, clarifying, validating. You get the idea. All right, Scorpio, what do we have for you? Princess of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the Tower, Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, Eight of Wands, Seven of Wands. All right, so you've been through some stuff. I get that. We all have, right? So whatever is breaking through and coming to light in your life, or has come to light in your life, really involves some fallout. So if it is a new relationship, based upon your last reading, maybe it involved the ending of another relationship that wasn't whole or based in a solid foundation or reality. If this just is about consciousness, energy inside and around the world, that applies too. There have literally been plenty of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, political stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So the important part here is what I'm seeing loud and clear and hearing loud and clear is there is such a high vibrational frequency of light coming through that is actually going to bring you great peace. Maybe you're already experiencing that, hopefully. But it's something of a means to an end, and I'm seeing this as a really good process, even if there's some fallout or some debris that needs to be cleaned up. Overall, this is forging a path of high frequency light vibration, energy coming in. This can be with relationships, it can be within yourself and your awareness, it can be with your career. You know how that applies to you. Please let me know in the comments what is opening up and what is showing a higher vibration, what's going on for you, or what has been going on for you, Scorpio. You're showing up as the Princess of Pentacles. This is an energy. This applies to men and women. But I feel like something unexpected has happened. It could even literally be an unexpected pregnancy, and that could be a little earth-shattering if you weren't planning on that, although it's beautiful and a gift, but it could just cause you to rearrange your entire life or your future plans, near future plans. So that is definitely one way that the Tower card can be a blessing. There may be an inheritance that you are receiving. Maybe someone has left your world, and if that's true for you, I'm sorry. I'm actually feeling that is true for somebody out there. I'm getting really teary. And it might have been a surprise or quick. You have so much support around you, so much abundance, and I feel that, again, you might even have an inheritance coming your way if you have experienced a recent loss of a loved one or a friend, which would be a loved one, family member. And with this Two of Swords energy, it might be time to just take pause. There's a decision you might need to make about something, and I'm hearing to take your time to look at both sides and to use not only your intellect and the information at hand, but also your intuition to feel underneath the facts and underneath the information. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm still really getting a strong theme that many of you have experienced a loss of a family member, a loved one. If it is about love, as I mentioned, or new love coming into your life, and maybe a previous or previously existing relationship coming to an end, you just might be sitting in the middle of that right now, of witnessing and integrating, again, an ending of a relationship and some of the sharp edges that go with that for you and whoever else might be involved, as well as the beginning of a new relationship and the potential and the beauty in where that path might lead. There's like an intersection of these two energies for you right now. And with the Knight of Swords at the heart of your reading, there might still be some back and forth, some arguing with someone or some situation. This could be inside yourself. Some stormy energy, some stormy conversations, some harsh words or thoughts if they're not being spoken. It's involved. There's a lot of threads to this dialogue or this conversation. It's not unilateral or single-faceted. It's multifaceted. And with the High Priestess as the outcome here, this is telling me that there might be still more going on behind the scenes. Your intuition, again, is very much your friend and very important to you. You have it. Don't doubt it. If you do doubt it, you have it. The recent new moon might have brought forth some hidden information, some secrets. It may not have anything to do with the moon, but I am getting secrets here that there's still something going on that isn't fully revealed. This could be you keeping secrets. Somebody might be keeping secrets from you. If this is about your relationship with yourself and your own development and your consciousness, it could just be alluding to the fact that there's still more that might be coming up. So with that Knight of Swords charging forth really headstrong and with a lot of speed, I'm getting to slow down a little bit, wait, feel into it before you take action on something or with someone. Now this Eight of Wands is telling me that there's a lot of heart activation happening for you. Whatever choice point you're at or decision you have to make might involve a lot of different people or a lot of different energies, a lot of different, to be more clear on different energies, different categories of your life, other people's lives, different details. You know, it seems like it's not a straight shot here. It's not the cleanest situation. Back to the Tower card and some debris that happens when things crack open for the light to shine through. But the Seven of Wands is telling me if you're one to work with energy or create a ritual space, that now is a good time to do that. The heartfelt desire is coming through here, so staying aligned with what's true for you, what is your true passion, what is your true heart's desire, and owning that. And it's being in your strength, the strength of your truth and the strength of your passion. But there's somehow a container around it. So, right. Just kind of staying centered in your own energy, your own drive, your own emotions is going to really help with clarity for some of the stuff that isn't fully revealed yet to you, to others. And I'm getting that, there's nothing wrong with being in your truth and holding space for what you desire, for what you're passionate about. And doing that might be interpreted by others in a way that is painful to them. But we are not able to determine or control how others respond or react to their life experience. And when their life experience is connected to ours, sometimes we make each other responsible, or others around us responsible, for how we feel, because we're interconnected and there's a love and a loyalty and a sharing. But I'm feeling like your loyalty needs to be to yourself, and same is true for any other parties involved here. If this is involving other people around you, they need to be in their desires and in their passions and hold space for themselves. And if what they desire and are passionate about is not available to them, like if this is you moving on to a new relationship and you're not willing to go back to the original relationship, and maybe that's what they want, I don't know, but that is a space for them to grow and create what it is they want and need in life. And that's entirely available to all of us. I want to be clear that when we claim our own happiness and our own joy, we are not taking joy from others, even if some others perceive it that way. That's just simply not true. Joy, abundance, prosperity, passion is an unlimited resource, and it's available to everyone. And it's a shift in perspective or beliefs that is sometimes required to sync up with that if we're not believing that or not seeing that as possible. So I just want to share it that way for you, Scorpio. Very interesting. Okay, let's get one clarifier here for you from the Oracle deck. Remember to click the like button if this video resonates with you. It helps support my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed, consider doing so. It is free, it's easy, and then you have easy access to all my videos, and they're not always just time specific, so it is worth going back sometimes and reflecting back, especially if you look to a reading from a couple months ago. You can reflect back on what actually unfolded in your life, and you might glean even more out of what the advice was or the message was at the time that you maybe first heard a reading. Sometimes there's more juice to be squeezed out of the fruit, and you'll discover that by looking back in hindsight once some events have played out. All right, so for you we have past life. Whoa. Deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. Okay. And I feel like that's why you're at a choice point here. These two swords are two different directions you can go. So you have the opportunity right now to undo some old karmic lessons and patterns that you've been stuck in. And that's what this Tower energy is bringing as a ginormous blessing into your life, into your energy field. And that is also why I was sensing to just take pause and to not act or react too quickly, because the potential to just go in another cycle of the same loop that, you know, karmic lessons we want to get out of, who's kidding who. So if you don't want to repeat the same relationship mistakes or whatever. So right now is a really ripe time to revisit that and get clear on what it is you want to manifest from here, and what might still be blocked in your heart space. I'm seeing that too. All these stars are kind of emanating from that heart, crackling out like electricity. And I feel like those are wounds being released. So back to the possibility of maybe having lost a loved one, or having to make a decision about an inheritance or an estate or something like that. This might be something that you can tap into actually from past life experiences. If you're able to do that on your own through meditation, or if you want to seek out a past life regression session with somebody, that might be something that's calling forth to you. And there's something that wants to be healed. I feel like if somebody has passed on, particularly a family member, and this would, I think, mean specifically a family member, that you're now the keeper of what karmic lessons they didn't clear or learn completely. They're being passed on to you. And you're at a choice point now for how you want to handle that, how you want to move forward. By the way, the High Priestess is the gatekeeper between the seen and the unseen, the living and the dead. So you might even be getting messages from somebody who's passed. You might be seeking out or benefit from having a medium do a reading with you if there's something that still is unfinished with somebody who's passed that's close to you. So that you can take the next step in your ancestral progress, in your ancestral healing, in your ancestral lineage and energy, your legacy for generations to come. So something really important is getting cleared out here right now. Wow. Okay. Well, it's different from your last reading, Scorpio, but it is life, and I hope you had a wonderful time, and I know you will continue to. Maybe you even are now, but you definitely have your work cut out for you. There's some heavy energy clearing out and moving, and it has to do with connecting to your intuition and the unseen world is the best way I can put it. So I look forward to seeing you next time again. I hope that was helpful. Take care, Scorpio.